Hello everyone, welcome to Cloud by Veed YouTube channel and my name is Virender and I welcome you all to this particular demo. Now in this particular demo guys, we are going to discuss about a very important thing, and this important concept is related to the unintended AWS resources usage which is happening inside your AWS accounts, maybe on the daily basis or maybe whatever the resources you are consuming in terms of your EC2 instances or EBS volumes and your elastic IP addresses like this. These type of resources, if you are a beginner inside AWS, you are new to the AWS, and if you have just created your AWS account and maybe you are an intermediate or maybe you can be an IT professional who are using this Amazon Web Services, AWS Management Console and AWS different AWS services. So this particular demonstration will give you an idea that how you can track that particular unintended uses of your AWS account. Sometimes what happens, we generally create AWS resources inside our AWS account, and every time if we want to see that what type of resources are running inside our AWS account, every time we need to go to the AWS Management Console and we need to check over there manually every time. Now to automate this entire process, we will have a dedicated architecture for this, and in this particular demonstration, we are going to perform this entire architecture. And this will not a very long video, but you will get the entire idea how you can do that as well. And the resources which I will be using inside this video, I will put those resources in my WhatsApp group. So if you want to join my WhatsApp group, Cloud by Veer WhatsApp group, the link inside the description box, so you can join by clicking over there, right? So let's start by performing this particular demonstration by creating the architecture which will be looks like this. So suppose this is the very first architecture we are going to perform inside. We are going to create this, right? The very first service we will be discussing about over here is that AWS CloudFormation. AWS CloudFormation. So this AWS CloudFormation is an infrastructure as a code service which will allow us to provision our resources via using some codes. Right now, this AWS CloudFormation is supporting JSON and YAML. Two languages are being supported by this AWS CloudFormation service as of now, but maybe in future there will be more languages will be supported by this AWS CloudFormation. But as of now, to understand the concept like what is this CloudFormation services, it is infrastructure as a code service. You can automate the infrastructure of your AWS account with the help of this CloudFormation by creating some stacks, right? So you will be required to write a particular script, maybe in JSON or YAML language, and then you should use that particular script to create the stack inside this CloudFormation. We are going to see that practically as well. Now, once you will have the template ready inside your local system, maybe. So this is how the templates will look like. I have created this template. You can see over here. So I will also describe this entire template to you so that you will be able to understand that what are the different resources are going to be created by this CloudFormation if we are going to use this particular template which is written by me. Once the template is ready and once you will be creating stack using AWS CloudFormation template, then you will be using one AWS service, and that service is known as EventBridge. Event Bridge. AWS Event Bridge is a service by which you will be, scheduling that particular time frame, or you are going to create that particular schedule on that particular time frame, or on that particular schedule, or on that particular time. You will get the notification on over your email that these are the particular resources which are running inside your AWS account. Okay, so the information you are giving to the AWS with the help of CloudFormation stacks, that particular information is going to that particular event bridge. Okay, as well, this event bridge will have all the informations of the scheduling which you are going to configure inside your template, that at what this particular time, suppose maybe in evening 7 p.m. or at 4 p.m. I will require one email from AWS on the daily basis that okay, these are the resources which are running inside your AWS account. That's probably what is the email you will be getting in your on your email. Okay, So once this event breach will trigger that particular event, that information is going to be sent to one AWS service, and that service is known as AWS Lambda. Again, this AWS Lambda is also an event-driven serverless service. Okay, an event-driven serverless service which help developers to write their code, and they can create functions inside this AWS Lambda. And you just only need to pay for the time being your function or your code will run. You will not have to manage the underlying resources because this AWS Lambda is a serverless service. So whatever the backend resources in terms of servers and storage and everything is going to be managed by the AWS. That's why the service is called as a serverless service. Once this AWS Lambda function will activate, or maybe will have that information from this event bridge, that information is going to be sent to a particular service which is dedicated to send emails to the customer from AWS, which is AWS SES, which is simple email service, right? So the simple email service will be responsible to send email to the users out there who are going to give their email address to the AWS and who are going to opt for this particular entire thing, right? So this is how the architecture will look like, that there will be a user. Okay, there will be a user who has created this particular template inside their account, and that information is they have given to this particular stack. They have created that stack, and the information will send to the event bridge where you have scheduled the time on which particular time you will require the email from AWS, and that information will be sent to your Lambda function. And once this Lambda function will be triggered, the information will be sent to the AWS simple email service, in which you have configured your email ID on which you want the email from the AWS, and that information will be sent to the user. This is how this entire architecture looks like, maybe. Okay, now the template which I have created, the template looks like this. Okay, this is a CloudFormation template. There you can see the description of this template is that this AWS CloudFormation stack, so that we can set up the AWS daily usage report, whatever we are using inside our AWS account. So this CloudFormation templates will have some parameters, right? Those parameters are going to be defined the different resources as we want to configure with the help of this particular CloudFormation stack. So the first parameter is that we need to configure an email. So the from email is also is yours email, and the on that particular email, the to email on which you want the email or your email ID, personal email ID, you have to provide that the same email ID inside that. So let me just configure, or let me just edit this particular email, and let me just put over here potential Virender dot at the rate gmail.com. Okay, and let me just copy this email from here, and let me just put the same email over here as well. Okay, so potential brand at gmail.com, and again I am putting over here because we need to put two times basically. Okay, so this is the second parameter we have, and third is the schedule which is going to be handle the event breach scheduling part over here. Okay, so by default, I have defined over here is that 19, that as per the Indian Standard Time, I will require at 7 p.m. I will require that email over 7 p.m. or my email, that what are the different EC2 instances are running inside my account, what are the different EBS volumes have been attached to the EC2 instance, and what are the unattached, okay, EBS volumes, so that I'm just AWS is giving me bill for those kind of volumes. So that is what the information I need at 7 p.m. from 0 to 23 hours in between. Anytime they can send me the email. Simple email service region we need to select. So right now I have selected three regions for this particular use case. US East 1, which is your Northern Virginia, US West 2, and EU West 1. Three regions I have selected. So you must be aware about that thing, that whatever the regions you are specifying over inside your template, you must create those resources only inside those regions only. But if you're specifying US East 1 and you're creating some resources in Mumbai region, then you will not able to get the correct information. Okay, so this is the default email, and then the AWS region we have selected. So it is going to be create a Lambda function for us. Okay, and it is going to be create an S3 bucket as well. So let me just put it over here, a name for the S3 bucket, which will be suppose it's Virender bucket 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. How why I am giving this type of name to my particular bucket? Because Virender bucket named bucket I have already created, so that's why we need to keep that information in our mind that once you are whenever you are creating an S3 bucket, the name should be globally unique because the you cannot create a same name bucket again and again. So that's why I'm putting this kind of number at the end of this particular name of my bucket. Okay, now the email will be sent from that particular email to your email from the simple email service region, which is US East 1. Okay, and one Lambda handler is also going to be created by this particular template. Okay, runtime we have selected Python 3.11. It can be changed via seeing the what is the current version which is running inside AWS Lambda. The same version you can select over here. Okay, let's go to the AWS console and let's see what is the current version of Python which is basically supported by the Lambda. Okay, let's create a function over here. We are not going to create the function, we are just checking the runtime Python environment. It is supporting 3.11, it is supporting, so no worries, it is not going to give us any type of error. Okay, okay, so the RAM, this is the policy of the permissions of this AWS Lambda role is given over here, and this is what the different actions or different permissions has been given of the described instances and described IP addresses, also describe the regions in which EC2 instances are running, and the describe the different volumes I have attached to the EC2 instance, and then get product, which means the pricing of the products as well, that for how much time my EC2 instances are running and how much cost it I'm basically I will have to bear inside my AWS account. That is what this all information is about. This is what its schedule rule has been created by this template over here for your event bridge, and these are the different permissions will be provided to your Lambda function to invoke your Lambda function. Okay, okay, so let's directly move towards our service named as CloudFormation. Let's search for CloudFormation over here and let's go to the CloudFormation. As you can see over here that this CloudFormation service is to provision your cloud infrastructure with the help of infrastructure as a core technology, and where you just need to create a stack. Now the template you should use that, use a sample template maybe, or you can use an existing template. So I will be using existing template. I am going to upload from my local system. In the downloads folder I have this uh, stack which I have shown to you already. This stack has been inside the download folder, and let me just click on this next button over here, providing the stack name as maybe cloud by Veer is my stack name. Parameters, let me just provide one more region name over here, which is US East 2 as well. Maybe I will create some resources inside US East 2, so that's why I'm providing both of the region names. From email, let me put potential vendor at the gmail.com over here as well. And okay, this is the time when I need that particular email over my email. And to email is also potential vendor at the gmail.com. So it is the receiver's email. But you're providing your email to whoever it is. So just to give an idea to the AWS, otherwise the email will be sent by the simple email service. So no need to worry about that. You will receive an email from the AWS itself. Okay. Next, and no need to check anything, just click on next and let's just click on this acknowledge and submit button over here. So it will take a little bit amount of time to create your resource. If you refresh this option, you will able to see that one Lambda function execution role is being creation in the progress. AWS Lambda function usage role is also being in creation process, and one cloud by V, stack is going to be created by this particular. If you go to this resource section over here, you will able to see the different resources which are being created by the CloudFormation template or stack you are using. In the form of this particular template I have used the different resources which are being created by this Lambda function is being created over here. IAM role is being created over here. So let me just refresh it. uh, Schedule rule is also being created for your AWS EventBridge over here. Okay, so let me just again refresh it. Lambda function is created. You can see over here the creations process is complete. If you go to the Lambda service, so we will able to see the function which you can see cloud by v AWS uses Lambda function has been created by the CloudFormation stack which we have used. Let me just refresh again over here. So usually it takes around some seconds, maybe sometimes it's just depend on the resource you are creating basically. Okay, oh, let me just again refresh it and wait for a while so that it will be completed. Meanwhile, let's just move towards the architecture again and let's try to understand this architecture. Let's just revise this architecture so that in between the resources will be created by the CloudFormation. So basically guys, it is very important. Okay, so if you are new to the AWS, maybe you just have created your account in the AWS management console and maybe you are using a free tier account or you are an IT professional. This entire demonstration which I'm showing to you is completely free of cost. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you will get a free tier account from AWS for first 12 months, then you will have to pay. No, this is entirely free of cost for your lifetime of your account. So you can configure step by step process which I am showing to you over here. You can also follow the same process. The stack file which I am having over here, I will be uploading this stack file to my AWS group created by me, which is Cloud by V WhatsApp group. So you can join that WhatsApp group from the description. And let's just again go to the AWS management console and let's see if all the resources have been created or not. You can see all the four resources are have been created by this particular stack over here. Let's just move to the Lambda function and let me just open this Lambda function over here. Meanwhile, let me just open my Gmail account as well so that we'll be able to see all the emails over here. Okay, and let's just go to the potential Virender account from here so that we'll be able to see the email which will be sent by the AWS. Okay, so this is, you can see that cloud by v AWS Lambda function has been created by the template, and this is the code which is written by this particular template in the Lambda function which I have given the instruction to this particular template that you need to configure these steps inside this Lambda function. Okay, so if you want to test this function, you need to create an event. Let me just create a test event over here. Okay, and let's try to save it and let's just test this event. Let's see if we'll get the positive response from this particular code in Python 3.11. Okay, so we are not getting any type of error over here. We have not got any type of error over here. Let's see if we'll receive any type of email. So we have received one email from Amazon Web Services that you need to verify your email. So if you click on this particular link, you will see a message from AWS that congratulations, you have successfully verified your email address and now you can start sending emails from this particular address. Okay, let's move towards this and let's again try to test this event and let's see if we'll receive any type of email or not if we again try this particular test event. Let's move towards the email section, 5068 as of now, and let's see if we'll receive an email or not. 5468, and let's move towards the spam. Sometime it's go to the spam. Let's just refresh and let's see if we'll receive a new email or not. Okay, so it is taking some time. Let me again test this event. So the information will send to because we have configured our the event handler in such a way that we'll receive the email at 7 p.m. IST, but we are testing this event right now, so we have to receive, as you can see, 5469 emails now, and we have received the daily usage. So as of right now, currently I do not have any running EC2 instance which are running inside my AWS account. I do not have any EBS volumes, and even I do not have any elastic IP. So these type of three information I need every time over my email. So now in future, daily 7 p.m. at particular 7 p.m. I will receive this type of email that in this particular region of AWS you are running these type of you know resources. So you should check the launch time as well. You should check the monthly cost of the resources. You should check the instance type, what is the creation time of the particular your EBS volumes and your elastic IP. So everything you can see over here, guys. So this is how this architecture works. I hope you enjoyed this particular demonstration, and you will also apply this demonstration in your learning or in your AWS account as well. So don't forget to join our WhatsApp group Cloud by Week. The link has been given inside the description. And if you will not able to find the link in the description, you can check the comment box. I have already pinned that comment in the comment section, so you can check from here as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and please do subscribe my YouTube channel and like the video to get more demonstrations like this. Thank you so much. Take care and bye bye.